everybody, and welcome to Wreckfest here on the Xbox One. Obviously, just came out, and today we're going to be just doing some quick races, just kind of showing off the game, getting used to it. I am going to do some career mode videos on it in the future, but today we're just going to go mess around and have some fun here in our first races on this game. I've watched quite a bit of Wreckfest in the past, especially from my favorite YouTuber, Jeff Fabiano. I've watched a lot of his Wreckfest videos and Soundhead Entertainment, so I had to pick it up when it came to console, so here we are, getting ready to do our first races. I did use a little pre-order car for this one, but either way, we're going to get ready to go green here for our first race on Wreckfest. I was playing on a controller for this. We decided we're going to start it off with oval racing. Obviously, this is a NASCAR racing video game based channel, so we got to start it off with the ovals here as we're making some contact with that guy on the outside now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, heading down the back straightaway, moving up into P16 at this moment as we went down into turn 3, and we already get into the wall. They're making a bit of a mistake here in my first moments with this car. And we're going to come out of the corner making some contact with a bunch of cars and already crashing here on the front straightaway hard into the outside wall now as we're getting slammed all over the place. Thankfully, the car is still drivable, but it took us maybe about 15 seconds or so to get absolutely destroyed in our first crash on Wreckfest. So we try to get back into it. The car's at 69 health, so that's pretty nice. But as we came through now on lap 6, working our way back through the field at this point, getting sideways, still getting used to the way the car drives as there's calamity everywhere, cars crashing all over the place. There's that guy's going to go rolling down through the corner, through the sky, as he's probably dead now as we exit the corner at this point, just hanging on, trying to survive to the end of this race as we came through to the final lap. On the back straightaway down towards turn 3. We had only gotten up to P13 as we are starting to slowly get the hang of things now at this point, but we would come through out of turn 4. A very bad race for us to start things off as we cross the line to go P10, and I would actually change cars for this next race as I wanted to drive that little Mustang looking thing, so we would throw that on number 68. I put some like yellow, pink, and flames and crap, and it was black on the base there as we get ready to start this next race here. Another oval as we got to start off, like I said, with the ovals. We're going to go into some other types of tracks here after this one. But either way, we are underway here from P13. They start us, I guess, in the middle of the field for each race, I guess, maybe to just add on to the calamity as we're getting kind of just slammed all over the place now as we exit the corner, getting sandwiched between the Beetle and that car on my left as we go down towards turn 3. And I will say the car, or the game, actually feels and plays really well. On a controller there as we get hit in the side. Now that guy gets turned and he hits me in the left rear, and sideways we go, but we do hang on to the car and try to keep it going straight now as we head down towards the next corner. So thankfully we keep the car straight and we're still in it now as we come through, almost getting wiped out by that guy behind me who sent it in pretty deep into the corner now. Zero crashing up ahead there as we stay up on the top now as we come through, making some moves. 3 wide now. We're going to dive under the Thundercat dude and take over P8. A little bit of a wild start there as we came through these first few corners heading down the straightaway. It's just a wild game in general, obviously. I'm having a blast, so from what I have played so far. It's been a ton of fun on this game, so hopefully I can bring some more videos in the future. Like I said, I do want to do some career mode later on now as we came through on lap 6. And we get absolutely slammed through the corner. He's going to put me right into the wall, and up on the side goes that car. I was not sure what that was about, but certainly was not happy about that. So we came through on the next lap, running the same car down as we're going to send it in pretty deep into the corner. We're going to get into the side of him and send him up towards the outside wall. And it's a terrible crash as we go rolling through the air, and now we're up on our lid, and we're going to bounce back on our wheels, and somehow we're still alive as that car is going to come right back at me. As I don't know what his problem was, but we get hit by that green dude, and now we're going to try and get back going. That felt like a lot like the rival system in NASCAR Heat, where they will just turn into you and try to wreck you now. And more calamity here on the final lap as we came through, running in P20, an absolutely horrible finishing position that we're going to get now as we head down towards these final few corners on the back bumper of that same dude that got into us earlier there as we made contact, and he puts us into the wall again there as this dude is just not playing nice today as we come through on the exit of the corner. Now this guy comes through to just blindside us as we're going to get hit again, and we come through to finish, I think, in 22nd place. An absolute disaster that was. So oval racing just going great for us now. So we're going to go through and go to the loop-de-loop. It's, I forget, I think it's like the death loop it's called now. So we come through starting midfield here again as we go down towards these first few corners. So it's certainly a blast, like I said, playing this game so far as it's absolute calamity here in turns 1. This guy turns into the side of me. Now as we get up onto some ramps now, getting a little bit of air here as you see that big loop on the outside or on the right side. I heard you can actually avoid it, but obviously we're not here to avoid it now. that guy's going to go rolling behind me as we come through these next few corners, getting into the wall, not paying attention. But there you see it up ahead, the death loop now, as we're going to come through to take it for the first time now side by side with this dude on my left, and we're going to get ahead of him now as we come through pretty safely there, so we would keep going straight. As we came to the second lap now, coming through the little figure 8 portion, and we get absolutely destroyed. There's cars flying all over the place, and we get hit from the back now as we're going to have to go back onto the death loop now, and it's not going well as we're losing speed, and now we are in the sky, and we come down right on our front, and it's absolute just calamity at this point now as we're somehow still alive with 57 health as that guy just got destroyed behind us. Somehow we're still going. Now as we almost get nailed, that guy got nailed behind us, but we keep going now as we come to lap 4, somehow still going here as we come through the figure 8 portion, keeping things straight, but I certainly wanted another crack at this one because this track, or this course, was an absolute blast. Now as we come to the final lap, coming up through the loop, you see all the cars that are absolutely destroyed around us. They are out of this race. We're actually in the top 10 somehow now. As we almost get into that guy, we actually did touch him a little bit now as we come through into these final corners here on this final lap. Now the left front tire is just wobbling all over the place now as we come through getting ready to finish this race. And it's actually going to be a 5th place finish, which isn't even that bad. But we would, like I said, I wanted another crack at this one, so we would restart this race and see if we could do things better this time and maybe have a chance at a win. Certainly a wild track to say the least now as we are back underway as we head down towards turns 1. Everyone's turning into each other again. I'm getting hit in the side, hit in the back, hit in the right side now as we exit the first turn. A much better start for myself though than the last one, so already in maybe some good shape. Maybe we're going to have an actual chance to get a victory. We haven't won yet so far. We've only done, what, 3 races. So these were the first 3 and 4 races I've done now as I have recorded everything I've played on this game so far. Just about now as we're going through the figure 8, we got cars everywhere once again. Everyone's rolling, and now we're trying to get to the loop. Those guys are on their roofs, and we somehow are still going here. 95 health on the car. Thankfully, we have just enough speed to get through this death loop now as we exit it in the top 10 now as we come through up into P4, sending it up the inside of these dudes. We're going to take over the 2nd position within striking distance of the leader, who's not leading anymore as he gets absolutely destroyed there through the figure 8, and we have now taken over the lead. Certainly looking strong there as we get hit in the right side, but we would hang on to the lead for the moment at this point now as we came through on lap 3, getting very sideways on the exit of the corner though, almost spinning it out, and now we lose the lead over my own choke there as this guy's on my left hand side, almost putting him right into that wall. Still have a chance though to win this race if we get through everything without any issues now as we come through, making contact with that dude as we go down into this left-hander with just 3 laps to go, approaching 2 laps to go at this point as there's cars flying through the sky, and that guy hits me right on the front, or on the roof, and we somehow are still able to go as we came through now on lap 3 still now as the leader gets taken out again, and now we get nailed in the side, but we're going to keep going straight here with 2 laps to go once we hit the line. Certainly a very dangerous track now as we come through this first turn. Now at this point, I'm just trying to make sure we don't make a horrible mistake because I want to win this race as we come through now on the final lap. Looking like we're going to get victory. We're 4 seconds ahead at this point. Cruising to victory. We just got to get through this death loop now as we almost get hit. Goodness gracious. We just got to get through this death loop in the final few corners, and we're going to get our first win now as we come through on the exit of the loop for the final time. Multiple seconds ahead. Nothing really to worry about now as we come through this final corner. It looks like win number 1 is on the way there as that guy's destroyed on the bottom now as we come through down the final straightaway looking at victory. We just got absolutely destroyed, and now we get stuck, and we're going to lose this race because of that. We were within 100 yards, I think, of the finish line, and we're going to lose the race and come through to finish in 2nd after getting absolutely destroyed by that dude who blindsided us. So no win for us now, as I was so confident. I was like, okay, we're just going to go take this win, and sure enough, we don't get the win. So now we come through on the next race here on lap 5. It's like this, or not lap 5, but the first lap of 5 on this triangular looking track. It's not really a flat track. It's actually got quite a few jumps that we're going to have to go over now as we go down towards turns 1 up the middle between these dudes who are getting into it now, getting hit in the bumper, hit in the side obviously as we go down towards this first straightaway with all these ramps now as everyone's going all over the place beside us, and we get absolutely destroyed into the outside wall, which is just brilliant. Still alive now as we haven't been fully wrecked out in a race, but now a big setback for us at this point, but we would be able to claw our way back towards these guys as we came through on lap 2, coming through this little section of the track, everybody flipping off the course, and this guy trying to get back on. All of a sudden, we find ourselves back inside of the top 10 now on this second lap as we came through to start the third lap, so actually looking like maybe we'll have a chance to do something again here as we come through to start lap 3 of 5. Looking up the inside of this dude, I'm actually going to put him into the wall. I felt very aggressive there, so why not now as we come through on to the final lap. We had actually climbed up into second place. The leader, though, was like 5 seconds ahead now as we come through into this next corner, heading down this long straightaway. A lap car right behind me now as we go down the straightaway. I forget to turn to the left, and through the air we go hard onto the front end, and we are absolutely destroyed now as we come through. We land it on all 4 wheels. We get back going, but obviously that's not what we needed to have happen. You hate to see it now as we come through these next few corners. Down the straightaway for the final time, and we're going to come through to finish in the 3rd position. It's been a wild first handful of races on Wreckfest, but we're going to do certainly a couple more in this episode, as I think the next one we're going to do is this little, it's a weird loop track. I don't really know how to exactly describe it, but either way, you have 2 options here. It's like a GTA stunt race. It can either go right or left and then come back around. So I decided, okay, we're going to go right on the first time. This guy's already getting turned and we get hit in the bumper now, as that guy's going to help us through this little incident now as we come through on the exit of the corner. Number 7 on our right hand side. We get clear of him now as we head down, hitting some tires there, getting back grouped up with everybody. Now that guy's going to go spinning right in front of the field, and we hang on to it now as we head down to this right-hander up inside the top 10 at this point. Certainly a very interesting course to say the least now, as we're going to try and take it 3 wide with these 2 guys on the left, the Thundercat dude and some other blue car on his left-hand side, as we would get through there pretty safely, actually. And now look to the left-hand side, as that guy does not care that we're there, and he's going to put us in the tires. We keep it straight, but certainly he's not being very friendly, as we're up in P4 right now, looking, once again, we might be in contention to have a chance at victory there, as the frame rate would drop quite a bit as I brought up the leaderboard. I was experimenting right here with kind of the other buttons on the controller, seeing what they did now, as we're up into second place again at this point. So looking half decently strong now as we are in P3, trying to take second place from this dude, Sand Blaster, as we get absolutely destroyed on the front end. As that guy's sitting there, as we're getting hit all over the place. Now we're in this group of cars that cannot escape each other. Goodness gracious, we're going to get through, and now we drop down to P16, but we would climb back up to P8. As we came to 2 to go, that guy's going backwards. I think he's destroyed now as we come through this right-hander, hitting some more tires because you got to take out as many tires as possible, obviously, now as we head towards this little jump to rejoin the track, coming through actually towards the final lap of this event once we come around again. So as we came through, starting the final lap, back up into the top 5 now as we come through these first few turns, trying to get up and maybe a chance to win this race. Now, if we play our cards right, like I said again, now as we come through on the exit of the jump, that guy just about got destroyed on my right-hand side as we're up in still P3. As we head down towards the final few corners, that guy almost destroyed our whole race there as we come through these final few corners, up in second place. But I think that's the leader right in front of us now as we exit the final corner, heading down through this jump for the final time, and we almost get destroyed, and sure enough we do. And once again, not going to be a win here as the General Lee comes through to win, and we're going to get P8 here at this weird, whatever you call it, track. An absolutely insane game to play, but we would come through for the final race here of this episode. It's actually just a straight up figure eight course. I figured, you know, what better way to end it than just a figure eight now as we head down towards these first few corners. Already getting into the side of that guy. Everyone's wanting to hit each other. Now as the back window's already destroyed as we come through this long sweeping right-hander now, as we have to slow down a little bit here to get into this corner now as we're going to push that guy a little bit wide into the barrier. He goes. That's unfortunate. But we sit in P12 now as we head down towards these left-handers, and that guy's going to get absolutely destroyed into the concrete wall. I don't think we got safer barriers here, so he might need some medical attention now as we head through this long sweeping left-hander inside the top 10 now as that guy gets into the wall. Those three up there getting all into it now as we come through the crossover. No one to deal with, thankfully, at that point now as we head back into this right-hander on the second lap. Just doing my best, trying to play it safe early on and make sure we keep our car relatively safe and clean as I casually get into the back of that guy, and then this guy's going to come through and hit me in the bumper now as we come through the crossover again without any incidents happening. So certainly a success so far. Now as we slam into the side of that guy, And now up into P6. At this point, we went now as we came to this left-hander heading back towards the crossover. Big crash behind us, so not good for them. And now we get absolutely destroyed. Now, as I was not even looking ahead of myself, 100% my fault. We're still in the top 10, so we keep it going. We still have 73 health, so it's not quite over yet, but that was certainly unfortunate. Now as we're going to get hit once again in the back bumper, now as that green dude is going to go head on into the barriers. We're almost getting turned into the crossover. Big crash now as we come through the crossover point. One car flew off the course. Absolute madness at this point in the race, as that we were in the 7th position. Just cannot escape death at this track now as we come through once again towards the crossover point, trying to get through it unscathed. Almost got wiped out right there, but we would hang on to it as we came to lap 6 now in the 6th position once again. These two battling it out in front of me as we almost get destroyed by the guy on my left now as we have another crash, and there they go. Thank goodness we get through it again. So far, we've been very lucky getting through that crossover point, which was not what I expected now as we come through on lap 7. Up into P4. The leader, though, was almost 10 seconds ahead, but we still look strong here, getting impossible good finishes. I'm an idiot. I'm a just complete idiot, and I just turned into the barrier. That was not good at all. That was very unfortunate. Now, as we're going to come through the crossover point, that guy just drove straight into the yellow car, and he is completely dead. He's rolling over into the 10s. Very unfortunate for that guy, as we are now in P5 as we came through on lap 8, hitting that dude in the yellow car as we come through towards the crossover point. Approaching 2 laps to go at this point now as we go down towards these left-handers, trying to get up towards 4th, but now first place is almost 15 seconds ahead. So we need some luck. Hopefully the leader will get in an incident now as we head down towards the crossover here. Like I said, approaching 2 to go. That guy gets through everything just fine, but we don't as we get absolutely annihilated. That guy goes off over the wall, and now we are kind of stuck. We got to get it going here. Now as there's more calamity coming, now we got to get away from that, and we get hit in the side, and we get wrecked. That was unfortunate for us, but that will do it for this first episode of Wreckfest. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. There will be more videos of this coming to the channel here in the future. Like I said, I want to do a career mode so we can just kind of just mess around and do some other stuff with other cars. So we'll see how that goes. But a game I'm really having fun with, so I can't wait to bring some more videos to the channel with this game here in the future. So I will see you guys in the next one. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.